Well, hello and welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining today for a beauty tip in under 10 minutes. So I have a lot of different products to share with you. But if your makeup tends to sweat off your face, especially in the summer months, then this video is for you. So go ahead and type in the comments where you're tuning in from. Write a number 1 in a comment as well. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, I'd love to see who is joining us for the first time. So if you have a girlfriend too that struggles with this makeup meltdown situation, then be sure to tag her. So really quickly, so I'm not a total stranger to some of you, my name is Margaret, and my goal is basically to simplify your skincare routine and your beauty routine so that you can feel confident in the way that you look and feel, both inside and out. And so today's tip is going to help you have some products at your fingertips and sequencing, yes, of applying your makeup that will help prevent some of that makeup meltdown and just kind of give your makeup a little more sweat proof, make it a little more sweat proof for you as the summer months are going to get hot and humid and all of that. So I am going to first and foremost remind you, of course, that where did I put it now? Oh, here it is. Always remember, you're going to know from me that I'm always going to go back to skincare first, no matter what. So skincare is so important. So make sure you're using a great skincare routine and system that is working, that's simple enough for you to use, and it's specific to your skin type. Now, as we talk about sweat proofing our makeup, some of us are kind of more on the oilier side of things. And I just want to recommend and suggest, if you're not using a moisturizer consistently, you need to be using an oil-free moisturizer, okay? And make sure that it's specific to someone with oily skin. So if it's formulated for all skin types, then you're gonna wanna switch to something that's more specific to oilier skin. And that will help you to not overstimulate the oil. What happens sometimes is we draw the oil out of our skin thinking we're doing a good thing by getting that all off our face, right? But then the skin underneath gets signaled, oh, we need more moisture. And so it starts to overproduce oil and causes you to, to produce more oil. So you're going to look more shiny. So if you can really control that and be a little more open to a moisturizer, I know that's hard with oily skin and those of us with oily skin, but make sure that you do. Just, it has to be specific to your skin type. All right. So now we're going to jump in. The first thing that you have to have are primers. Okay. So sweating proof, your makeup is going to start with foundation primers. Or foundation primer. This one has SPF 15 in it. It is going to help to just smooth out your skin before applying any foundation. It's also going to help with any kind of shine. Okay. So that is important. I always recommend when you use this particular product, just see how it's a needle nose. That means you don't need much, right? And so you're going to put that in maybe a pea size and then warm it up a little bit before you apply the primer to your skin. And so this is going to help with any shine breakthrough. And then it also helps between the moisturizer that you applied and then any foundation. There needs to be something in between for the foundation to adhere to better, which will also make that last longer. But if you don't do that, then the moisturizer is going to kind of absorb your foundation, if that makes any sense. So it's going to kind of dilute the color a little bit. So always start with that foundation primer. Then after you put on your foundation primer, you're going to want to set it with a makeup finishing spray. This is key in setting every layer that we put on. And what it's going to do is just basically hold everything in place. It's still going to allow your skin to breathe. So your skin's not going to feel heavy by doing these steps at all. But the makeup finishing spray is key. So you'd apply your foundation primer, and then you're going to spritz with your makeup finishing spray. If you're someone that deals a little bit with those creasy eyelids, then you're going to want to use an eye primer. So same idea with the face, but for the eyes. And it's going to help keep the eyeshadow from creasing as much as possible. And then also it helps the color of your eyeshadows to really stand out more and be more true to color, so they don't just kind of fade into your skin on your eyes there. So primers are awesome. Whoops. Primers are awesome and you need to have these. Okay. All right. Then we are going to talk about setting powder and translucent powder. These are actually both translucent powders. And this one just obviously has a little bit more color that's going to be applied to your skin. This one, obviously not. So, but both of these are great. So if you're someone who likes a little bit of coverage, then you're going to want to try the setting powder. If you're someone who's like, no, I'm just not a foundation girl, but I do need help with that oil control, then the translucent powder is going to be for you. Okay. So when you're applying either of these two products, I highly recommend that you apply it with a blending sponge. Okay. So don't think blending sponge and you're going to blend it out. You're actually going to be tapping these products to help set them on your skin. So that's going to help with the longevity if you do that. And this particular blending sponge, you actually dunk it in water, kind of get it nice and wet, squeeze out the water to it. And then you're going to apply either your setting spray or your translucent powder to the places that you are most shiny. Okay, so that's going to be super duper important. And you're going to notice a big difference. So avoid the pressed powders. Okay, that's just going to kind of smudge everything around. You're thinking that you're getting the oil control done, but all you're doing is smudging product on your face. And also it's going to kind of suffocate the face. And that's also going to be a signal to your skin to produce more oil. Okay. So it's feeling suffocated. So it's like, I need more hydration. So I do recommend powders, especially for something like this. And in fact, I've got these little guys here. This is an example of a beauty blotter. This is awesome to have in your toiletries, in your purse, wherever. And you can just use these little tissues to kind of just blot out a little bit of the, shine that you might get throughout the day. So those are my tips there. Last but not least, I guess I'll finish up with the eyes. The eye area, you want to be careful of, like, right, the raccoon eyes that we sometimes get. Most important, waterproof mascara. You have to use that in the summer months if that's an issue for you. You use it on the bottom line, lash line. And if you're finding that your eyeliner also kind of smudges, then just don't use eyeliner underneath your eyes. Okay. It's perfect for the summer. It's lighter, it's more natural, but make sure to use that waterproof, and that will help you out tremendously in that kind of smudging of the mascara underneath your eyes. So, and just remember, this makeup finishing spray, you can apply throughout the day as well. And it also is going to help seal in the products that you're using and help keep them on longer. So it's just going to give them more staying power, and they're not just going to glide off your face. Everything is purposely layered on top of one another in a sequence that is going to help stay on and just look more radiant throughout the day. We want to be radiant. We don't want to look sweaty, right? So we want that radiant look. So those are my biggest tips. If you have any other personal tips that you have that you want to share, please do in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, then please do give it a little heart. Okay, don't just like it or thumbs up it there. If you can just kind of slide over and give it that heart, if you really think that this is great, I would super appreciate it. And then just share this off to a girlfriend that struggles with the makeup meltdown. So I hope these tips are helpful. Let me know which one is a tip that you might consider trying. And I can't wait to hear. I'll see